Here we are at our 2015 Ford Powerstroke. All you have to do to install the switch is feed a coat hanger or some rigid piece of wire through the firewall. There's a nice big boot, easy to get through. Just feed your wire through that. And what I like to do is tape the switch wire to the wire that I fed through the firewall and just pull it right through. Makes it a lot easier. Tape that guy up, pull it through, and install your switch wherever you like. There's a lip of metal at the bottom of the dash that I like to just drill a hole in, and that's where I mount the switch. Nice and easy, out of the way. So here you can see we have one wire that has a splice in it, and that splice is connected to a square pin with the gray boot, and our other wire has no splice, and it's just a flat pin. Now both our flat pins will be going into the connector that'll have the two vacant holes in it, and will be going into the connector coming off of the Ford's wiring harness. And our square pin will be going into the connector that connects into the Ford's fuel pressure and fuel temperature sensor. Alright, so here we have our Ford's connector for the fuel pressure and fuel temperature sensor. Now you want to note that this blue part here is a lock actually, and that needs to be slid over in order for us to slide this pin into it. So we'll come to the back side here, and you'll see there's only one vacant hole, and the other two have got white caps in them here. So with that blue part slid over, we'll take our gray connector. So once that's slid in all the way, you'll get a little click, and that way you'll know it is seated. We'll come back to the front and slide that lock back over, and that way the pin can't get pulled out. So here on our other connector, we'll be taking the non-spliced wire, and that'll be getting plugged into the corner hole here. There should be no force really required. And again, you'll get a little click knowing that it's seated. Give it a little tug, make sure it won't pull out. So we got that one in. Then our spliced flat connector will be going into the middle pinhole. Get a little click, give it a couple tugs, and you know it's seated. All right. Once we have our pins all seated in our connectors, we'll install it on the truck. We're going to be right below the trans fluid dipstick here, and we'll be at this connector. You see there's a gray lock here. Pull that guy up, press, and it releases. And there we go. So now with that end off, grab our connector, and we'll plug that guy right into there, and then our other connector end we'll plug into the Ford's sensor. Here's the Ford pressure and fuel temperature sensor. And this is our connector that we plugged into it. And this is the Ford's factory connector right here that we unplugged from it. So you can see our connector is plugged into that guy and into the fuel pressure and temperature sensor. So there we have it. There's our 2015 and 16 Ford Powerstroke switch install. If you have any issues, any questions, feel free to give us a call at 815-568-7920. This is Joey. Have a good one.